Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of The House Hack. Today we're going to be speaking with Ben Aquilina, who's the owner of Josies bathrooms, and we're going to be talking about all things such as different tiles that you can use for bathrooms, size, orientation, different fittings, mixers, cisterns, and everything else in between. So sit down, relax, and enjoy the episode.
I'm Justine from Lily Helena, and I'm an interior designer. A while ago, I realized that my clients were finding it hard navigating through the local market and making choices for their new homes. So that's why I created The House Hack, a series of videos curated around the typical home buyer, helping you save money, make more educated choices when purchasing your hefty investments, and ultimately, enjoy in turning your house into a home.
Hey Ben, thank you so much for joining me today on this episode of The House Hack. So let's jump right into it. The first thing I want to discuss, and I think which most people consider the most important thing when choosing bathrooms, is the tiles. So the different type of tiles, maybe the size, orientation, color and installation. So we've got some tiles in front of us here. Do you want to just run me through?
The two main differences is dressed porcelain and ceramic tiles.
Okay, so dressed porcelain is basically the same thing. Dressed
porcelain is the same thing, yes.
Okay.
The difference being is that ceramic is made at a lower temperature than porcelain. Having it fired at a higher temperature makes grass much more durable.
Okay.
The consistency will be more compact, so it makes it almost waterproof.
Okay.
Okay. Much more hard wearing. Whereas a ceramic tile, the biscuit, will be clay, which is soft.
Okay.
It has its benefits as well. So in the case of installation on the wall, then drilling, for example, accessories, soap holders, towel holder, mixers, it's much easier to drill through.
Okay.
Whereas a grass, you need specialized tools like diamond bits because it is very, very strong.
I mean, what would you recommend using, or if you had to use ceramic anywhere and use dress anywhere, what would your recommendations be?
For flooring, I always recommend grass.
Okay.
Throughout the house especially, all general flooring. In a bathroom, we could opt for a ceramic because the chances of dropping something heavy enough to damage a ceramic tile in the bathroom is slim.
Okay.
On the walls, again, the risk of damage is very low.
Okay.
So using a ceramic tile in a bathroom, you may save on cost.
Okay.
And the installation will be that little bit easier.
And you can usually find the same tile in both dress and ceramic, right?
Depends on how big the company is.
Okay.
Particular brands, like some that we represent here, they offer both. They offer the grass version and the ceramic version.
Okay, super. And we've got this wood effect tile over here. So this is a dress, right? Yep. So basically it can have any kind of finish when it comes to dress or ceramic. So it could be a traditional tile, it could be something that looks like concrete, or a terrazzo or wood effect. And then we've got these mosaics over here. So these are two different types of mosaics, very, very different in style and design. Do you want to run me through these?
So the difference, this is your typical mosaic, where on this case it's glass.
Okay.
These are generally seen in pools,
although
in bathrooms they make lovely features.
Yeah.
Not easy to install, excuse me. So to install this, you need to have a perfectly plumbed back.
Okay, which would entail?
Which would entail, in this case, to lay this, either we need a gypsum board or a plumb, perfectly plastered wall. Okay, because you can only lay this with glue, and it has very minimal room for defects.
Okay.
So any bad backing would reflect in the front of the tile.
Okay.
In this case, again, using grass, they're capable of coming up with different designs because it's stronger to maintain the shape when they cut it. These will be all laser cut. In this case, we're showing two different finishes, polished and matte in one. In one piece of tile. Again, it's still laid on a mesh base, which links it more to the mosaic than to a feature tile.
Right.
The installation is just like a jigsaw puzzle.
But then it's really great because you can have that marble effect and it not being marble and just being dress. So when it comes to the different sizes to use and orientation, does this depend on the size of the room at all?
My opinion, it's all a matter of taste.
Okay.
I personally prefer large format. I'd rather see 2 lines instead of 4. So if we're saying 60 by 60 again, 60 by 120, the difference is just a joint in the middle.
Right.
I'd rather not see that, but it's a personal opinion.
Okay.
Orientation, again, depends on the size of the room.
So
that I
orientation does
agree.
depend. Okay.
Yes, that I agree.
All right.
If, for instance, the room is 240, then I'd put 2 tiles of 120 side by side.
Right.
So I get a wider spread.
Okay. So basically how the orientation of the room, so if it's Londra, you'd put probably a Londra tile rather than a more portrait orientation of a tile.
I think I would base it more on the joints that come in. So if it's not perfectly 240 where you have 2 full tiles of 120, for instance.
Right.
If I see that a small joint is going to go in, I try and avoid that.
So you'd put in a larger tile.
Put in a large tile, or would change the orientation, because it's not always equal 60 by 120. Sometimes it may be 45 by 80.
Yeah.
So it's never going to be exactly. And color, again, taste. If I like black and it's a dark room, I'm going to go with black.
Absolutely. I mean, it creates a certain mood regardless
Exactly.
of the size of the room.
You generally switch on a light in a bathroom anyway,
Exactly.
day or night.
And it can look really kind of masculine and moody and modern, so
Exactly.
it adds to the design.
Tiles are the most crucial part of your bathroom, so make sure you choose well. Going for dress doesn't mean you're limited to a design, as nowadays we get any type of tile in this durable material, including traditional patterns, mosaics, and even marble. Dress tiles can be used for a huge amount of purposes, including creating planters and using outdoor. Just remember that exterior and bathroom tiles should always be non-slip. Little details such as corner trims can be made to look better by matching the profile to the tile as seen here. London Art is a specific brand brought over by Josies. I love this brand so much, it's perfect to add a bit of fun to your bathrooms or any space in your property, and can even come with acoustic properties now, perfect for home cinemas or even offices. A little trick of the trade to create a luxury vanity finish is to have your vanity box in a tile, giving the illusion of a thick marble piece, yet at a much more affordable price. At shelf form, the decisions of layout need to be confirmed, so make sure you plan your bathroom before you start working on it. And don't forget to cater for a light point behind your mirror if you want it to be backlit. When it comes to shower trays, choosing resin would mean it can be cut to size, depending on the measurement of your shower. Different finishes are also available and can even be sunken into the ground for a seamless look. Both acrylic and ceramic only come in white.
Okay, so we're near the display of different sinks and different mixers. What can you tell me about the best material for a sink, and if there's any difference between overmount or undermount sinks when my audience would like to kind of go purchase the sanitary ware?
Ceramic is the go-to material.
Okay.
It's always been,
Right.
and it is still the best material I think we can use for ceramic, for wash basins. Because again, it's non-porous, so it's not going to stain, toothpaste, whatever it is. It's
Okay.
all good. Between undermount and overmount, not much of a difference in terms of what's best functionality,
Okay.
unless it's a public space. In a public space, you might prefer an undermount,
Right.
because water can be just pushed
Exactly,
back
when
in.
it's an overmount, and maybe when it's a smaller bowl as well, as you're washing your face, it does usually get over the vanity.
Exactly. So that's maybe the only thing that needs to be considered. Then there is whether you take the mixer out of the bowl or through the wall.
Or through the wall.
So
So
concealed.
is there a con when it comes to concealed mixers?
I see no con in it.
Okay, so
Your
if you
pipes are in the wall anyway.
All
Be
right.
it it's coming out with a mixer or it's in the wall.
Okay.
Your water work is still in the wall. So the fear of something going wrong is always there, irrelevant of where it's placed.
I think it's ideal though that these kind of things are purchased locally rather than online, so if you ever do need a part, you can get it easily and
100%.
quickly. So we do have really hard water locally, and I do get asked quite a lot by my clients, does having a black mixer affect the lifespan of the fitting?
Black, no. I don't believe there's any risk in it. Black is powder coated. It's a very hard wearing material or spray. For instance, it's used on the wheels of cars, so they take quite a beating on the road, so it's fine on a mixer, that's for sure. There are other finishes that may be problematic,
Such as?
such as brass.
Okay.
Now, people might see it as the charm of it, that it discolors, where others want to keep it looking
I mean, it's a natural material, so what will happen is it will have a natural patina over time, so it oxidizes. For some people, that's actually quite pretty because nature is imperfect in its way, just as if you're going to use a marble countertop, which is porous and may stain over time. But if you want your things perfect, then maybe staying away from brass might be the best option.
Exactly.
I love that we've chosen this bathroom because it's got a lot of the factors that we discussed earlier, such as the different sizes and tiles, orientation, and it's quite a small bathroom, but the dark tile still works really well with it. And we're also got a lot of black sanitary ware, and in this case again, is it porous or is it just as durable as other finishes?
In this display we're showing large format tiles. As we discussed earlier, we discussed Gress. So this is a Gress tile. Being large format, it's only achievable with a Gress tile.
Okay.
It's not achievable with a ceramic tile.
All right.
The size is 120 by 2.78. So this is typical. This is the typical height of a bathroom that we use here.
So definitely go from floor to ceiling.
So you get no joint lines. The tiles over there we have the 20 by 20 as well. Again, Gress. In this model, they've replicated the traditional Mediterranean tiles, which used to be done in cement. Now with today's technology we can do them in Gress, so we don't have the issue of discoloration.
Okay, or it being porous as well. Okay.
These large format tiles can also be used in many other situations, not just the bathroom. Feature walls.
And all over the property.
All over flooring, kitchen tops, just slight differences to that.
Even cladding vanities as well. That's something that we can discuss a little bit later.
A tile can be used any way you wish. Depends on your imagination.
There's so much to choose from, and another option that's one of my favorites is London Art, which is basically this wallpaper which is made out of glass and is completely waterproof.
Exactly. So London Art have developed wallpaper with different methods of installation. So we have the normal paper, which you can use throughout the property.
Okay.
Then, as you mentioned, the glass, so we can use it in wet environments, such as inside a shower.
Even in a shower.
Externally, in a garden, it can be used as well.
Fantastic.
Then they have now also started to make it on a soundproofing material.
Okay.
So this can affect the acoustics in a room, offices, restaurants.
Amazing.
It can barrier some sound from external sound from the street.
Yeah, it's a fantastic brand.
It's great.
Yeah, I love this option. I think you can get really creative and have really fun interiors using this, even for a residential place.
Very much.
One last thing I want to speak to you about is a common question that I get asked from my clients. So when you've got a toilet in a wall, they asked me, listen, the contractor said that it's got to be against a shaft wall. Is this true? Can I have it against another wall? Why am I limited? So this is a common question I get asked. What's your answer to this?
Generally, having it against a shaft wall, as the contractor would advise, is the simplest installation. That's because the drain pipe has to go directly into the shaft where all the pipes lead to.
Okay.
Now, in an apartment, usually you may not have the depth in the ground to pass the pipe. Let's say if I put the WC on that side and my shaft is here, to go underneath, because you need a certain inclination. So when it's with the WC against the shaft wall, it's just going to go straight out, so it's the easiest thing. However, that shouldn't restrict you. If I wish to put it there, I can do a wall lining in gypsum.
Okay.
Maximum 15 centimeters, just enough for the pipe to pass.
Okay.
I can move it around the wall wherever I wish.
So basically, if you've got a really tiny bathroom, then maybe it's not ideal to put it anywhere else behind the shaft wall. But if you do have a little bit more space and you can afford to lose 15 centimeters, then you can always put it through the wall.
Exactly.
If it can't go from underneath.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Well, I think that that question's been answered.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ben, for all your time. It's been a pleasure.